Welcome to Lipstick and Legacy, a podcast where your story matters and your journey has purpose. Together, we lift and inspire our communities, one story at a time. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you.
So nice to have you, Kelly. Thank you for coming today. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am born and raised here in Las Vegas. I come from a family of 3 girls, no brothers, and I have 3 children of my own. Mm-hmm. I've been married 20 years to my sweetheart. I'm a real estate broker.
Okay.
I own a brokerage, and that's me in a nutshell.
You've lived such a beautiful blend of creativity and motherhood and business and resilience. Did you always, as a little girl, did you look at your life and this is what I want to be when I grow up. This is the life I want. Did you build that, or how does it look differently?
It looks a lot different. I thought I was going to be a Broadway star. So I went to the Las Vegas Academy of Performing Arts. Mm-hmm. I did shows like crazy, studied music, dance, theater at BYU, worked at Disney, did a national tour of a Broadway show.
Wow.
And then I just felt like I was floating in a bad way, mm-hmm. Not like floating on air, but I was living out of a suitcase. Mm-hmm. I didn't have stability. And so I came.
But you were also super young, right? At that time. It was a good time to do that kind of thing.
I was 24.
Okay.
I did so much, and I have no regrets. Mm-hmm. Traveled, but I decided I needed to have a place to stay and mm-hmm. a foundation. And then I met my husband, and
that's awesome. So growing up, you said you wanted to be a Broadway star. How did that come about in you? What was your first experience as a child with performing? I mean, we live in Las Vegas. It's the city of lights. There's lots of opportunity here. Where did that spark from?
Well, I grew up watching movie musicals. That's all we watched. Mm-hmm. My parents had a vocal
What was your
group.
favorite one?
Oh, geez. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, probably. Okay. I mean, that's a classic.
We watch Sound of Music almost every Sunday.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. Steven fast forwards to Edelweiss
Yes. So. Sound of Music. I mean,
it's great.
It's a classic.
Yes.
And then my aunt managed the Pantages Theater in L.A., in Hollywood.
Wow.
So we went all the time to see Broadway shows. My parents are singers. My mom's really into Broadway. And I did my first show, which is The Music Man. And that's the tour I was on, the Broadway tour.
Okay.
But I did that in 7th grade, I think. And then it just...
Are both your sisters musical as well?
My middle sister sings the mean Bon Jovi. And then my oldest sister is like a virtuoso on the piano and mm-hmm. gorgeous voice. So
it's just really natural for you.
Yeah.
I think it's funny when we're little girls, we have this picture of what our life is going to look like. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to drive a classic car, teach aerobics, and have a bunch of kids.
Okay.
And so I kind of did that, not in that order, and it all fell apart. But that was what, it's funny how we envision these things. And for you, early on, you got to do those things that you dreamed of. You wanted to be the Broadway star. And it sounds like you got to live that. And that's incredible that you got to do that. Was there a Broadway show that, when you saw it on stage, you were just wow, as a child? It just really triggered something in you.
I mean, there are a lot of shows. Probably, that wasn't when I was a kid, but Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I remember that one. I saw it at the Pantages with Sam Harris, and I was like, I'm going to be the narrator one day, and I was.
You were?
I did the narrator.
So you manifested that, yes?
Yes. My husband was Joseph in that show, so I know.
Wow. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your time on the road. What did that look like for you? Some of the best parts and the worst parts about that?
Okay, so I got the best seat on the bus. I got the biggest floor space, and I bought a big giant dog bed and put it on the floor. And I was the only one who could sleep on the bus because I was just rolled up in a ball. But
and you just always chose that's whether you were this is my spot.
Well, it was assigned.
Okay.
I got lucky. But So anyway, and then it was a new hotel every day, every other day, getting up super early in the morning, but then putting on a beautiful show for, wonderful people. I was the third leg, which means the third year of the tour. So we went to smaller towns. So we got to meet a lot of just small town people and got to travel the U.S. And
one thing I really admire about people in shows and show business is how they manage to keep it fresh, like every performance. So when I walk into a Broadway show, I feel like it's the first time it's being performed and it's just for me.
Yeah.
When you were young and performing, how did you keep it fresh like that? What's kind of the secret behind that?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you get complacent and tired, but it's just having fun, and I am really method. I like putting myself into the character and the backstory and all that. So I guess finding something new with your character every single show, just kind of tapping into a new part of you.
So it says here that you met your husband at an audition. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. This is kind of a nauseating story, as in it's lovey-dovey, but I met my husband at an audition. I was cast as Cinderella, and we were looking for a Prince Charming, and he walked in, and I was like, holy cow, this guy is awesome. And then he opened his mouth and sang. I was like, oh, geez. And then he... it was a kissing scene. And I was like, you don't have to kiss me. That's awkward. And then we got to the kissing part and he laid it on me. So I kissed him the first time that I met him.
Goals, right?
It was pretty amazing, pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you know like this is the guy, or did that take a minute?
I didn't know it at the audition, but we were engaged before the show was over. So we dated I don't know, a month or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That does actually sound very movie-esque and very magical.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm sure the chemistry on stage for your characters, you must have got rave reviews.
Yes. Yes,
it felt like they were in love.
Yeah. And we still get people who remember seeing the show and, oh, I remember you met your husband. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's more picturesque than Prince Charming and Cinderella, meeting on set? That's actually a really beautiful story.
I always joke that Heavenly Father, God, brought me to him and put me in the exact show and moment I had to be there. And this is your Prince Charming, Kelly. See him in front of you. This is the guy. So he had to make it very clear that he was the one.
It's interesting how things like that happen. My husband and I went to an Air Supply concert.
Oh,
they're
okay.
Old school.
Yeah.
And they met at an audition too. And there was one seat left in Australia at an audition. And one of the members of that group sat next to each other.
Wow.
And one's like, I want to sing. And the other one's like, I want to write. And they became Air Supply. And it's just interesting how God puts us in these places. Yeah. Out of all the people in the world, those two people sat next to each other and created music that has been karaokeed in the Philippines for hundreds of years. I don't know, decades, right? Yes. I love those stories. I really do. So fast forward a little bit. So you had this amazing career going. Mm-hmm. It sounds as though you could have been a performer for probably your life, maybe. Professionally. You chose to get married and settle down. So what did that look like? I know your husband had aspirations as well in music and theater.
Yeah.
What did that look like for you guys as a young married couple?
So again, I feel like my life just fell into place where it was supposed to be. I was supposed to do a show at Tuacahn, and I decided to stay home because my brother-in-law was getting, it was a real estate investor. So he's like, I'll put you through real estate school. And then anyway, so he put me through real estate school, and I was doing deals right away. Then I met my husband, and then I was doing really well, and he hadn't really gotten a chance. He's younger than me, so he didn't really get a chance to perform. So that was the opportunity for him. You know, before we had children, before we had kids, while I was being successful with my business. So he was a guest entertainer on cruise ships. He was in a Frankie Valli tribute show. So he traveled a lot, Australia, New Zealand. I mean, and I joined him because I could work remotely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So those were some nice opportunities.
Yeah.
Was that hard for you, kind of sitting back and watching him do it? Or were you performing as well? Or like, what was that like?
Well, we did shows still in between as a couple. But no, it made me happy to see him happy. And I knew that if he didn't get to do that, there may be some resentment. That I got to do it and he didn't have the opportunity. And, you know, it fulfilled me as well.
I interviewed somebody the other day, and he was talking about the difference between your talents and your passion.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was passionate about golf, but like that wasn't going to pay the bills, right? So I found something I was talented at that I was able to like move forward with. And so it's awesome that you gave him that space to kind of fulfill that part, you know, of his life. It is hard to make it as a career, as a lifelong career. So that's really great. So when did you start having children? What was that like?
So I feel like it was meant to be the timeline. We had infertility issues or problems, which a lot of women do. And it's, you know, very hard, but and
you're never anticipating that, right?
No, we tried for 6 years. So we were almost doing IVF. We had it set up, and then I tried acupuncture and Chinese herbs, and I got pregnant.
Really?
Right away. I'm like, okay. And then we got pregnant, had a baby, and 6 weeks later, I was pregnant again. So my kids are Irish twins, my first two. They're 10 and a half months apart. About as close as you can get. And then my little girl, my sweet little Eden, is a year and a half younger. So they're 3 under 3.
They're like a little tornado too when they're all together.
Yeah, exactly. So that was chaotic, but a lot of fun because we had waited so long. Yeah.
Was there a time that when you started having children, you're successful real estate, you're still performing, you start having children and you have them boom, boom, boom. Was there a time that you felt like, I just can't do it all? Or did it come fairly easy to you? Oh,
no. Yeah, there were moments of I just can't do this, but I had to because my husband started law school after we had kids. So I had to be the mom and I had to be the worker. And a lot of mom guilt comes with that too. You know, like I'm not giving enough to my kids or to my family. We did have a nanny because I had to work and he was in law school. But she was wonderful. She was a wonderful part of our family. She still is a part of our family. But so
I remember that feeling. I was pregnant with my 4th child when I graduated college. Yeah. And I remember thinking how much time those little kids had spent in like daycare with somebody else. Yeah. And you do have guilt, but also I'm so grateful I invested in an education because later on it became very useful in my life.
So exactly. So
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And they do okay. The kids are okay.
Yeah, they're resilient.
They are resilient. Let's see. You have faced breast cancer not once, but twice. Can you take us back to the moment you heard those words? Were you with your children? Like, how old were they? Where was your husband in his education or career, and where were you at?
So my first diagnosis happened during COVID. So we were in our Golden Night room because because we love the Golden Knights. And I got a call directly from my doctor, my OB, and he told me I had breast cancer. And first you're like, well, I don't even know what that means, you know? It just didn't sink in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But also, I had some health problems a couple years prior to that. And it was just like, hey, I've done this. I've been through health issues, and I know I can do it again. And I just have to, I was just ready to get it done. You know,
did you have symptoms, or what was there anything that really kind of like something's not going on, something might be going on, or was it just like totally out of the blue for you?
It happened so fast. I was dealing with anxiety, and I used to just out of nowhere take a breath and go, and I felt something under my fingers. And I was like, there's something there. My sister came over, and we're like shining lights and trying to see it.
Yeah.
But I'm really close to my OB. Like, you know, he's worked with our whole family. And I texted him and said, I think there's a lump. And he had me in the next day. I did my mammogram, nothing came up. I did my ultrasound, and that's where something came up. And then we did the biopsy, and it just happened so fast. And, you know, you can do radiation or mastectomy. I was 39, so I chose the mastectomy route and the reconstruction because I was just young and didn't want to think about it and deal with it again, even though I did.
You did
get it again. So, which is very rare. I like to think of myself as the special 1%.
You're so special. You got cancer twice.
Twice. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So,
how you had a young family at this time. You probably weren't feeling well when you're having radiation, or did you have chemo?
I didn't have, we caught it early enough.
Okay.
So the mastectomy was enough. So, and I hate to say it, it was just like, okay, this is what's next. This is what next. I feel like I had it easy with cancer. I know that's weird to say, but a lot of people go through so much more than what I did. So I feel really blessed.
So because you caught it early, it saved you from a lot of other issues that could have come along with that.
Yeah.
What was your husband's reaction to this? Was he like, oh, we have been through things like this before, we're going to be fine? Or did it kind of like blindside him a little bit? Like, because it really puts things in perspective sometimes.
Yeah, well, so I had 6 back surgeries in 4 months in 2018. I was septic. I was in the ICU for 10 days. One of my surgeries, they had me film a goodbye, a goodbye video to my kids. So that was really hard, like not knowing if I was gonna make it, and and my husband felt the same, like he could lose me. So that's why I say cancer.
I get that.
It wasn't the hardest because we had gone through it, but it also made me prepared for cancer.
Right, prepared you. But what was the stem of those earlier surgeries with your back? Like, where did that start?
I just had a herniated disc, and so it started off as the microdiscectomy, which is a outpatient, easy peasy. I was cast as Fiona in Shrek, and I was told that I'd be tap dancing within a month or two. And anyway, it did not go well. So 2 days later, I had my revision, and then I had a spinal fluid leak. I had about this big of a tear in my dura, so I was gushing spinal fluid.
Was this like it just happened, or was it like the surgeon, or was it just your body, or was it all the things combined?
It was all the things. I do think that there were complications with the surgery. There were bone fragments left in my back. and I don't know if that caused the tear in the dura.
So you don't really even know?
I don't know. And then I got staph and went septic. And was in the ICU, and that was 2 surgeries. And then I had a PICC line, and the medicine didn't work. So my disc was gone. I got discitis because the PICC line, I had to put, medicine in twice a day, and it didn't work. So I ended up carrying a backpack with a PICC line for 6 weeks. But that was my fusion. That's when I had a fusion.
Oh my goodness.
Back. So
what did your household look like this? I mean, now that you're talking about, I can see how this prepared you for the cancer. It's this was really bad and this is bad, but this was actually worse. With 3 little kids, husband, work, what did your household look like? How did you guys get through it?
Well, they were 4, 5, and 6. I have a picture of them all in my hospital bed. My family, all my family lives here. And my husband's family, and everybody just rallied, and I felt so blessed and so loved. And we just were in fight mode, all of us, not just me, my husband, my family. Somebody was with me every night in the hospital. And yeah.
You kind of spoke about it. You said you had to make a video that basically said, if I don't come out of this, that sounds like a really dark moment. Was there another time that was equally that dark or difficult for you that you remember? And how did you get through it?
Yeah. I have depression, so ups and downs, and I've had some very low lows. So I don't know. I think I always joke with my mom that I hit the jackpot on the jeans and got all the stuff.
Yeah.
It makes me very it's an exciting life, I guess.
Yes.
But so I've been low, but again, you just have to persevere and you have to believe and have faith, and I got through it. I mean, so many of these things have turned me into who I am and who my family is, that I see them as a blessing now, those trials, because I know I can get through anything.
We kind of went over the darkest or those dark feelings. And I think mental health, we do talk about it a lot more nowadays.
Oh, for sure.
And I feel like we do talk about it, but it's really hard to master how to help somebody, and it's true. You just kind of have to get through it. And I think all of our lives and families' lives have been touched by mental health issues in some way, whether it's your children or your friends.
Yeah.
What was a really bright moment for you? That you just remember, okay, I got this because of this thing that happened. Is there something that you remember?
I don't know if it was one moment. My family, just that's my bright moments, I guess, is just watching my kids grow up and being there, being able to be there and nurture their talents. They're all so talented, but in different ways. And it's really fulfilling to see their personalities grow and their talents grow. It's just really amazing.
So you had all these back issues, then you have cancer, then you have mastectomy.
And then cancer and another mastectomy.
Right. So how long between, I'm good, to cancer again? How long was that? What was that time period?
Okay, so 5 years. Actually, almost to the day. I got diagnosed in March 2020 and then March 2025.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and with cancer, when you get to the 5-year mark, you're supposed to be
remission
cancer free. Yeah. So, so I was supposed to be through it, and all the doctors thought, oh, it's nothing. We'll just watch it. And I just had a feeling, no, I need a biopsy. So, and that's how we found.
So they had to do another mastectomy?
Yes. So what happened is, I feel like my OB was inspired, because usually you don't need to get imaging after you've had a mastectomy, but my OB ordered an MRI just to make sure, and it came back abnormal. And then I couldn't do just a needle biopsy because I have no breast tissue. But my first, this is maybe TMI, but my first mastectomy was nipple sparing.
Right.
So I still had those. And that's where the cancer came back.
And that's an option. I know a lot of women will just go completely mastectomy complete because of that possibility.
Yeah, it's very low possibility, but like very low. But yeah, again, I just don't have luck with like the medical stuff.
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen to you.
Happen
yes.
to me.
I feel like that about other things in my life sometimes.
Yeah.
So what did that look like again? Was it just another blow for you, or were you like, well, I've already been through all this, I'm going to be fine? Or did you just always have that? I feel like you have this very like steady, it's okay, we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
You know?
It was just like, okay, what's the next step? What do I do? Okay, here's the plan. I wasn't fearful. I'd already had so many surgeries. I mean, I've had 12 major surgeries since 2018. So that was 6 on my back and 6 here. So I don't know. I think I'm really good at surgery.
You do. You're well practiced.
I think I'm a pro.
You're well practiced. Yeah. That's for sure. Wow. How did your faith carry you through those hardest days?
We're spiritual. We believe in a Heavenly Father. And I did feel like I was being watched over. I felt like that my whole life, really. He saved me when I had my back surgeries. That could have gone, I could not be here. And then catching the first cancer so fast and catching the second so fast, I just felt watched over, and I felt like there was divine intervention to keep me here for my family.
I love that. How, because of these experiences, how does that help you serving your community, doing things for others? How has that changed you?
Well, there's a couple of things we like to do. We sing for charities, a lot. So we like to serve that way to help build nonprofit and, the nonprofit organizations, whether that be cancer, autism, we have that in our family, whether that be, performing companies or, so we do that a lot. And then another way we like to serve is we do a huge Christmas light display. And we do a scavenger hunt, and we give free hot chocolate away every night.
I've actually seen it. I think it's been on the news before.
Yeah. So, and just offering that and creating something beautiful for the community, and being part of family traditions, is...
Yeah. I think a lot of times people feel like Vegas, there's no tradition, there's no community. And I think I've had a couple interviews today where I'm like, wow, we have so much community and so much deep tradition here, actually. Yeah. How did you connect with like other cancer patients? What does that look like? Have you felt empowered, or have you empowered somebody through your experience?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have gotten diagnosed, friends. A lot of people had been diagnosed before me that I wasn't aware of. We do have a breast cancer section of our Christmas display. And so there's breast cancer survivors or people going through breast cancer that come to our display and take pictures. We have a breast cancer angel choir and a breast cancer tree. And and then social media. There's some great organizations here for breast cancer. There's a breast cancer center that is nonprofit, and they give away mastectomy kits and wigs for people going through chemo. And it is a big community here. A lot of people have had that. Breast cancer.
I know so many people have some sort of cancers, and it's almost like an epidemic. It feels like. I mean, there's just so many. I interviewed a girl the other day, and she had ovarian cancer at 16. This really rare ovarian cancer, and it's like, what are we doing that causes? This kind of stuff. I don't know, but looking back, what would you tell your younger self?
My younger self,
like your 16-year-old Kelly.
I would say, well, I think I am kind, but be grateful, be kind. Oh, that sounds like the Cinderella movie, but
that's my favorite quote too. Have courage and be kind. Yes.
Have courage and be kind. I mean, that's like it, embodies my life. Yeah. So just perseverance, getting through trials with grace and kindness and gratefulness.
That's beautiful. What do you hope people feel after hearing your story today? What's something you hope somebody could take away from it?
I hope they take away hope. I hope they take away strength and knowing that you can go through hard things and come out on top and come out a better person.
I ask everybody this on my show. What do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be my family, and I hope that I'm teaching them to go for their dreams, I hope they don't see me as, mom always had these health issues and went through trials. I hope they see it as you can get through anything and be courageous and have faith and be kind to people and serve others. So I hope people see me as that, and I hope my kids take that away.
Kelly, you're kind of in the middle of your life right now with your children and raising them. What does the next 10, 15 years look like to you? Because I want to come back to you in 10 or 15 years and see where we're at. So this is just a little fun thing. What do you picture your life being like?
Oh, well, in 10 to 15 years, I could have grandchildren for sure. My oldest son is an amazing electric guitar player. I could see him touring and playing in bands in town. My daughter is an amazing vocalist and actress. I could see her performing and on Broadway, but she also really wants to be a mom too. She'll be a great mom. And then
I think you've really shown her you can do both.
I hope so. And then my middle child is a little on the spectrum, but he sews and he's creative and he 3D prints and he makes plushies and patterns and just sees things in a different creative way. And I didn't teach him how to sew. He learned on his own. He uses a sewing machine. If it breaks, I'm like, I don't know, fix it. So, and he's self-taught and he is incredible.
You have really built this community. I hope that you're still performing as well. Can you just tell me a little bit about what that looks like? Are you still in plays? Or what are you doing with that?
We just finished a show called Dear Evan Hansen, which is it's not musical theater. It's it's a story. It's a story about mental health. It's a story about suicide. It's a story about being lonely. There's so many things to take away from that you can find light in darkness. And that was it was just a very amazing experience. And we were a family. The cast was a family. And anyway, so we just got done with that, and we're taking some family time now.
Yeah, but it sounds like it will be part of your life forever.
Oh, for sure.
And I see you guys performing. I see you at the Golden Knights games on the Jumbotron a lot, which is really unfair. I don't know how you get that, but it's awesome. So thank you, Kelly, for coming and sharing your story. I really appreciate how you build and inspire, and I can't wait to see what the rest of your life looks like.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.